We are going to simplify quantum embodiment and quantum jumping today. My name is Phoenix Wolf and I am a quantum embodiment mentor. And this is my absolute favorite work on the planet because it has everything to do with closing the gap between where you are now and where you really want to be. And I think this is so exciting because when you allow yourself to see who you want to become and you allow yourself to step into that version of yourself, you are not stepping into an identity or a character of yourself. And this is where a lot of people get confused because a lot of people think that quantum leaping or quantum jumping and creating your highest version of yourself has to do with creating a character of yourself or creating a new identity. And it actually has a lot more to do with pulling back all the layers of who you thought you were going to be or where you even thought you were going, and pulling back all of the layers, stripping yourself down and seeing with total clarity who it is you really are. And why is this exciting? This is exciting because the character version of you is not who you really are. It's not what creates the new reality, because the reality is being formed off of your clarity of self-perception. So what you're locking into is very simple. It's who you really are. And so when you see how simple it is to only focus on your self-perception, it makes the entirety of all of manifestation and quantum jumping and quantum leaping very simple, because you can sit down with yourself right now in this moment while we are doing this. You can pour yourself a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, and you can write down for yourself what arises in your mind as we go through this process that I'm going to take you through. And it's such a powerful process because it's going to unveil you to yourself. And that's what we're here for, to unveil ourselves to ourself. And so it's much more powerful than trying to unveil yourself to the world. Because when you're unveiling yourself to you, then you release the pressure of the world. And when you release the pressure of the world, you can actually become who you are destined to be and who you desire to be. And that is not a false creation. This is something that comes from deep inside of you. And so as we strip everything down, I want you to grab a pen and paper, and you can pause this for one moment while you get it, or you can use a journal or whatever you want to. And I'm going to unveil you in this process. And in this process of unveiling, you are going to see why it's actually so simple and how you may have been complicating your journey or quantum jumping or quantum leaping. So the first question I want you to ask yourself is, who do you really want to be? Who do you truly desire to become? And I want you to give yourself some time. You can pause the video, and I just want you to write that down. And then you can start the video again, and we will continue from there. Okay, so as you sat with that, who you desire to become. Okay, now that you wrote that down, you had to have written down something for sure. And now I want you to do something which activates those aspects of you and of who you desire to become. Okay? So I want you now to allow yourself, you can think of this as, mini meditation or visualization for yourself. And I want you to just see yourself living in that exact way that you desire and feeling in that exact way you desire. And also, I want you to see your physical embodiment. What do you look like? What are you wearing? Those details. So all of the details of how you look, how you feel, what you're doing. And I want you to see yourself throughout your day. You can close your eyes if you want to. How do you see yourself waking up in the morning? What do you feel like in the morning? What do you feel like when you first wake up? That's so important because that's how your day is starting, right? It's starting through you waking up in your consciousness from your dream state to your waking state. And so how does that feel? Are there certain smells that you can smell in the air? Is there a certain aroma that is around you? Is there a fragrance? Okay, can you feel or see what is the feeling of the room that you wake up in? Okay, just as I'm saying it, just activating it within your mind, just using your imagination to see this. Okay. Who is with you? Who is in your home, in your sacred space with you? Who are those beings that are there in your home, seeing them? What do they look like? What do they feel like? Okay. And just feeling into the magic of your creation. Okay, feeling into the magic of your creation. Feeling into your joy, feeling into your fulfillment. And this is only the morning, okay? This is only the morning. You have your whole day ahead of you. So I want you to see how it is this day begins to unfold. And then I want you to open it up to a new level and to see what is your dream job or dream career that you have created for yourself. What is that? And what part of the day does that come up in for you? When are you working in your day? And how does it feel to have this career that you've created for yourself, your dream career? Does it allow you to fly anywhere in the world that you desire at any time? Does it give you that kind of freedom? What kind of freedom does it give you? What do you see in your environment in that freedom? So I want you to just allow yourself to see all of those delicious details. And I want you to see, okay, if you have a client-based business, who are those dream clients that you are calling in? Who are those dream clients you are calling in? What do they feel like to work with? Okay, or if you have a service or a product-based business, how are you running your business and how does it feel? And do you notice that everything here is about feeling? Everything here is about feeling. And so that feeling that you're cultivating you're cultivating it and you're opening it up in your being, in your energetic system, in your emotional system. And you're opening it up because it is through you allowing yourself to penetrate the moment of what you desire to experience that begins to crack open your reality for you, allows you to expand in your reality for you. So when you're activating the dreams through visualization, through seeing them, through feeling them, through moving in them, because you are living in part of your dream now already. You are manifesting your ideal from this now moment already. So do you see how, because you are doing it in now, because you are doing it in this moment, that you're already closing the gap between where you are now and where you desire to be? See, it's already the gap is already closing right now in this moment. You're bringing your ideal into your quantum now. And when you truly keep allowing yourself to open it and you start moving as your ideal self, the one you desire to become, you are communicating to the reality that, yes, this is the self-perception that I hold. This is truly who I am and who I desire to grow into. So you're calling those aspects of you in, and as you see them, you are immediately drawing them into your field through your allowance of seeing yourself, through your allowance of seeing the fullness of your highest vision. And there are no boundaries on who you can become. So look out for old version selves that say, this is not the right moment for this. There's too many other things to do first. Okay, those sorts of voices are operating from a old self that must be removed out of the equation, because it is only that old self that is operating which creates a separation and two versions of you instead of a version of you, the version of you, of the wholeness of you. So if you allow yourself to move from the wholeness of you, you simplify everything. You have clarity of who you desire to become that aligns you with your highest clarity of self-perception. But you don't want to settle for a lower version of yourself. You want to shoot for the stars when you are seeing this highest version of yourself. Because you can. Because you don't have to listen to the old version of self that tries to destroy that growth and tries to destroy the new self from emerging. So once you are able to fully see with full clarity who it is you desire to become, now you want to start separating what you view any actions, any behaviors, any thoughts, any emotions that come from your lower self. You want to begin weeding those out. And you only want to begin promoting the version of you which is whole, the version of you that is doing exactly what you want to be doing, exactly what you want to be creating every day. So it's very distinct. It becomes very distinct when your old self comes back up. Just identify it immediately. That's what you have to do. You have to be extremely vigilant with it. If you are extremely vigilant with the old self, with removing it from the equation, you will grow so fast it will shock you. You will quantum leap into new realities. It will blow you away. So the more vigilance you can cultivate and separate between those two selves, the old reality version of you through the eyes of that self-perception, be able to identify it every single time it may arise for you. And the less you fuel it, the less thought power you give it, the less emotional power you give it, the less actions and behaviors that you fuel there, and you redirect all that power and you focus all of your power in your new self, in your quantum now reality. Now you have all of the horses going in one direction. Now you don't have a bunch of split versions of you functioning anymore. This is how you simplify quantum leaping. It doesn't take too long to do this, to align with all of these new pathways that are forming. It's very simple if you have clarity. And this is what's so important. If you cultivate clarity in your mind, in your body, in your spirit, and you stay vigilant, you will find that it is actually much easier to go in the right direction, that it's much easier to cultivate and to promote your new self rather than the old self. Because the old self wants you to lose. The new self, who you really are, but the new self that it's emerging as, wants you to win, wants you to succeed. And so that's how you can always tell the difference. The new self is not negative. There is no negativity in your new self. Okay, so any negativity that arises is always from an old self, which is trying to exist within your reality. So just notice it when it arises. Okay, you notice it, you detach from it, and you flow your energy towards who you do really want to become. And so this process is quite simple, but profound when it's put into practice. So all of your thoughts, actions, behaviors, all that you are doing each day, when you flow them into who you desire to become, you will quantum leap, and you will be accustomed to quantum leaping, and you will get so good at achieving the outcomes, the dream reality, the dream you, which you desire to experience. So it's all very exciting, and I hope that you enjoyed this process and that you go for it 100%.